How surprised were you with the news when they made it?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely surprised 4 days in the camp, any change, not just coaches, but players. You know, with the new rules, you're allowed to keep a whole team. But anytime it's a coach, yeah, surprise. But after meeting with Coach Flo, you know, that's what he had a gut feeling and what he thought was best. And, man, I back him. I back the head coach and Mr. Greer and the OC. So whatever they think is best for a team, that's what we're going to do.
Did he go into any detail and explain to you guys what was behind the move?
No, I mean, he doesn't have to. He doesn't. That's his call. You know, that's the luxury of being the head coach. And, you know, our jobs as players is to go out and do whatever we're told. So whoever's offense line coach, we're going to do it.
What's the biggest change? What's the biggest difference between
Uh,
style and Gooch?
Gooch, he's going to have to get his terminology in. You know, it is tough because we did have a spring with flats. So it's going to take some time for him to get his terminology, what he's expecting for us. Sorry about that. And that's the biggest transition for us, and that's really what, as an offensive line unit, we're going to have to dial in and make sure that we're all on the same page with the offensive line coach.
What is it like knowing you're being coached now by the guy who coached the best offensive line in the NFL last year?
It's awesome. I mean, they were a playoff team. You look across their line, and they had a outstanding year just from stats. I didn't watch them. I didn't dissect them or anything like that. But, yeah, he's been around the league. He's been with this coach staff before. So, I mean, it's an opportunity for this team to really grow together with this staff. And, you know, we're looking forward to working with them every day.
What do you want this offensive line's identity to be?
Tough, and both mentally and physically. We are a young team. LT and I are the older ones. Chris, he's got some experience. Jesse's got experience now, but we got some young guys, and we're mentally and physically going to have to be tough. And just knowing the scheme, man, that's the biggest thing, because this is a scheme that you need to be on top of your game. And within these elements, training camp, it's tough. It's hot out here, so when you're the mock play of the game or whatever, towards the end of practice, you really got to think. So you got to dial in on what your job is. So being physically and mentally tough.
Did Pat reach out to you at all today? Any of you guys?
Not today. I spoke to him last night. You know, and I've been with Coach Flats before in San Fran, and this is my 6th head coach in 9 years. I've had many offensive line coaches, both full-time, helping, whatever, and you know, it's a tough transition when you're blindsided like that. But you know, he's a good sport. He's been in this business for longer than I've been alive, and he understands. You know, so it was tough for him. But man, he left. I told him, I said he's an awesome coach, but he's an even better man. You know, and yeah, fortunately we have his son on staff, and Sean's done a great job. And you know, he can carry on what his father did, but really establish himself as a coach in his own career. So I spoke to him a little bit, and you know, he thanked the guys for all their effort for him, and he knows that we're in good hands. So there's no bad blood. We understand this is the business side of it, but we got to look forward. We got to adapt now. So.
What do you think went wrong the first 4 days, and what was feeling a little different today?
That's something that's out of my. I couldn't tell you what went wrong. This is training camp, man. We're fighting through it. We're trying to get better. It's just like every other training camp I've been with in 9 years. Nothing's perfect. So I think it was something out of our hands. And like I said earlier, it's Coach Flo's call, and we're going to back him.
What do you take from you don't have to see a coach fired 4 days, and what do you take from that moving forward?
Oh man, well I said this in the spring. We rent those lockers, coaches and players, and you really. Coming into this business, you got to know that each and every day you're under a microscope, and they're going to put who they think is going to help them win games on the field. And you know, 4 days in, or if it's 4 years in, there's no gray area. You're either getting your job done or not, and we're going to move on to the next guy.
And doing something on Adolphus Washington, number 53. What have you noticed about him and his style of play?
Man, I mean, he's tough. Flies around, you know. To be honest with you, I don't know really, just because the whole unit, you know, they're doing a really good job, and they got the depth and everything, and everybody's really just kind of, for me personally, I'm just trying to get used to my guys and working up to him. So, doing a good job. I mean, he's fitting in where he's supposed to be. So.
Daniel, first day with the new position coach, was there any kind of difference either in intensity
No, not intense. I mean, yeah, he wants us to get after it, but it's just, again, working out the kinks, wanting to do his drills and getting used to his drills. It was his first day, man. It's not even been, well, it's been 24 hours now, but, you know, he's playing catch up. Now we're playing catch up with him, with what he wants and terminology and drill work. So that's going to be a difference. It'll take next couple of days to get what he wants as far as individual work. But after this week, we should be good.
He's been around the team, but has he been in meeting rooms with you guys?
On and off. I believe he's been doing personnel stuff, but he has sat in with some offensive line meetings, especially offensive meetings. He has spoke a little bit, but as far as being there full time, no. He's kind of he's scattering. He's kind of doing his own scouting of all positions. But now being able to really dial in on the offensive line, it's going to be interesting to see what he has in store for us and where we go from here.
Did you have conversations with the guys who played under him in terms of what to expect?
I have not had conversations with any guys that played with him. No, so I have not. So.
Do you think it'll be a drastic shift in maybe techniques of what he's asking you to do versus what Plant was asking?
I wouldn't say drastic. I would say there would be minor technique differences, as there is with every coach. You know, it's what they think will put you in the best position to take on a block or a single or a double. But, you know, it's just, yeah, there will be some differences, but not drastic. And again, I told the guys after practice, you know, the only ability for us right now is being able to adaptability, and that's really going to be the biggest task. Put our head down and go to work.